Hi, I'm Tom with the Vending Business Show, and I'm here with Larry Towner, a vending business consultant. He's been in the vending business for a few decades and has sold his own business. And we're just talking about how to take your business, your vending business, to the next level. So, can you help us with that, Larry?
Well, I might be able to. We were discussing earlier about just telling some stories about how you go and get new vending businesses. So I was just gonna tell some stories about a phone call that I received one day. And here was the phone call. A guy says, he picks up the phone. He says, "Is this Larry Towner?" I said, "Yeah, it's Larry Towner. How can I be of assistance?" And he goes, "Well," he says, I've got a folder here, and this folder is, oh, I don't know, there's got to be 40 cards and brochures from your company here in this business. I've decided, I guess I want to talk to you and see what you have to offer. So I kind of said to him, I said, "Well, what company is it?" And he told me what company it was. I said, "Oh yeah, I come by your place all the time." And he goes, "Yeah, I'm aware of that. I have, like I said, I've got about 40 cards here." And so blah blah blah. We went on. We set an appointment. We came down. We looked at his facility. And we closed an account. Right, a nice big sized account. One of those good things. And so, you and I were talking earlier. It's just kind of one of those things that we were talking about persistence, and we're talking about taking it to the next level. And so I was going to ask you, Tom, on your big accounts, do your big accounts just call you up and they say, "Hi, this is IBM, Tom. We've heard you do good things. We want to talk to you." Has that deal ever worked for you? Has that ever happened to you?
No, that doesn't come very easily or very often either.
Yeah, and it rarely comes to you in the vending business too. Just because you've got your vending business and you're driving around in your truck, generally people in big accounts don't come seek you out, and there's a reason for that. Largely it's because they get called on by people over and over and over again, people like me, people, pesky salesmen like me, that are stopping in and saying, "Hey, we'd like to earn your business. Here's my card." And they figure, after, oh, if we put this guy off and we just take his card, eventually he'll go away or he'll go out of business or whatever, right? And largely that's what happen to most of my competitors. It still happens, even today. But eventually something will change in their organization, and the guy will open up his file, and there's, of course, in my case, there's a large number of brochures, cards, whatever, and he gets an email from me once a month, and he's like, "Hey, I wish this guy would go away. One of the great ways I think I'll make him go away is I'll put him to work and prove him that he can't do the job. Then I'll be able to get rid of him." And right? I mean, that's what happens. It's like, so the next thing you know, they're going like, "Yeah, my guy, he just doesn't. I was wanting a Snickers the other day, and there wasn't one in the machine. I'm just pissed, so I'm getting rid of him. Out he goes. I'm calling this guy that calls me every day, because I know he's going to freaking, not every day, but calls me on a regular basis because I know he wants my business." That's how you get big accounts. Big accounts rarely are out going, "Well, we're going through the yellow pages looking for, yellow pages going on the internet, whatever, oh, I think we'll take, oh, this company, like, it just doesn't happen that way. So, and that spans all industries and all sales prospects. The really good accounts, you have to go get them. They're not going to come to you. Occasionally, once in a blue moon, you'll get a phone call from one of those accounts, but that's usually because of some other marketing method that you've done and somebody's referred you to them. They're buddies with somebody at church or whatever, and they say, "This guy takes really good care of us. Give him a call." That kind of thing. But that's the only way you get those big account references. They just don't. You have to go call on them because it's just like that. Tom, let me ask you a question. Do you like to do business with people that want your business?
Uh, Absolutely. I know they. If I check them out, and they're good, usually that's a sign that they're good.
Yeah. How do they prove to you that they want your business?
Um, they don't give up. They keep after me.
Stay in contact with you. They're not too obnoxious, sometimes, but being, they say sales guys are obnoxious. It's not really that way. They're just forever just looking for that chance to, maybe we can give you a better opportunity than what you have with your current provider. Everybody's got somebody, right, for something. We all. my favorites are, if you look at the big three phone providers, you know, you've got AT&T, you've got Verizon, you've got Sprint. Well, all those guys are doing is trading back and forth. There's no new business. They're 100% saturated in the business. It's not like, if I go after dogs and cats now, I'm going to get more business. There's no more dogs and cats to get, really. So, and it's the same thing in vending. There are thousands and thousands of vending providers, right? We all know this. And how do the big guys get big? They take care of their customers and they sell. You've got to sell. What questions do you have for me, Tom?
Hey, that's good stuff. We'll be continuing this series on taking it to the next level. And what topic do you think we should tackle next, Larry?
Well, we need to get back and kind of round up the circle and say, once you get a bigger account, what do you really need to do? How do you, what do you determine the situation is not as it was when you get the larger accounts. So you have to look at some of the logistical concerns and how do you serve those customers and what are their expectations. We'll talk about that in the next show.
Awesome. You've been watching the Vending Business Show, a publication of A&M Equipment Sales.